I'm gonna open any ace against unknown. Borderline because the board hits him too. Both of us. Let's see if somebody opens the pot. He's a candidate for it. He's got a fold to 3-bet of 100%, so I actually expect to get the fold. But I do only re-raise to 10. Queen 10 could be an open. Borderline, I guess. But I do not see very high 3-bet ranges here. This board is better for the caller, I'd say. So I don't mind check folding it. I'm gonna re-raise here because I do not like calling and it's too strong to fold. I'm gonna play this draw very aggressively. Flopping the open-ender on a Troy board. King 9 is going to be an open. Against the under the gun open raise. And the cold call, I would have thought doing the same thing as here this guy does, and isolating or squeezing better. But the hand King 9's borderline. If the initial raiser is under the gun. I think I can just call here and play the position advantage. He bets it rather big, and I have a lot of equity in that hand. Plus the position, so I will call. If he second barrels, I would have thought what to do, but when he checks here, I guess I float him. I don't really expect to get check raised a lot, and this is playing out the position advantage in the end. You could thinking about open that, but because I don't know anything about the 3-bet and hand is so bad, I just leave it be. I will... it's probably bad to re-raise like this. Here again. Flopping the open-ender, getting the call. The turn is a brick. He's got a rather tight range and might have hit that flop somehow, so I don't expect to get folds when barreling turn second time. Oh, misclick here, I missed the first one. And after I hit a pair on the river, I don't think I have a chance to win. The jack won't be good enough, but I will also not get a lot of folds. Borderline fold here. probably should have 3-bet, but my stats in this session are so freaking high that I expect some guys to react to me by 4-betting light, and then ace 10 will be a waste to 3-bet, because I would have to fold it against the 4-bet. And calling out of position is just the way to go if you I will call here. The way to go to play bad. Hope I don't get the squeeze here. But it comes. No, how big fancy here. King Jack, I'm going to open. Not against the all-in, of course. Playable hand. Gonna open the a6 small versus big blind. Seven four offsuit is going to be a fold. Standard steal here. Goes to like a knife through butter. Still got a 21% 3-bet value after 50 hands. And here I defend passively. It's only one big blind raise, and I actually flopped the open-ender, thinking about check raising. If he checks behind, I will barrel turn, and now I will think about raising or betting as a bluff, because I didn't hit, and the king is a nice card if he had something like a pair of tens. Or he hit an 8, or what was it in the hand? If he hit a 8, a 6, even pocket tens, might have a hard time calling the turn and the river with the overcard. Pocket queens will certainly play. I don't open here because he has a very high 3-bet value in the small blind. I hope he opens and I can 3-bet in position. If he calls, I will isolating him a little bigger than usual. There's still impers at these stakes, so makes me feel good. And moving up to No Limit 10 3 weeks ago, I thought limping is past at No Limit 10. I didn't see it a lot in the first few sessions. Now I can say it happens from time to time. Of course, here we have it again, but it gets isolated, so people get picky on those spots. Pocket sevens. He's got a high 3-bet percentage. Against this size, which will the pot be? The pot will be 16. He's got 72 behind. Here probably will have to call 1-bet and see if he slows down on the turn. But if he continues firing, probably have fold. Although this card is actually not really a scare card. He represents Jack or poker pair, something like this. Pots will pot size bet left only if I call, so it's a decision all in or nothing. No, I let it go. Is this a hand to open? I guess so. Hope I don't get 3-bet here. Ace 4 was too bad. Under the gun. Probably only open Ace 10 offsuit. And or probably Ace Jack offsuit. Here against this tag I decide to, yeah, this is a good spot to 3-bet. Make it a little bigger, so the incentive of playing out of position is discounted somewhat. I got the gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. The board is pretty hard for him to hit. Now here with the ace, I have showdown value quite a lot. And with the queen hitting, it completes some draws, the flush draws he will have these sometimes, but if I check he will be inclined to bet a lot. So I was actually checking in the intention to call a bluff bet or better, or a bet from a worse hand. Didn't happen, so still won the pot, it's okay. I could squeeze here, but I don't like the squeeze out of position, and I don't want to play out of position when calling too much. Yeah, pocket tens. So the ace on the turn saved me. He had a blocker to some of my draws. A high 3-better here in the big blind and in the small blind. But I have a hand that could call a 3-bet. And I hit the board with my 8. I can't bet because there's still a lot of overcards he plays that could come on the turn if I just check. And I do have a rather low c-bet flop stat because I tend to check a broad part of my range out of position, reacting with check raises or check calls leading out on turn lines when I'm good. Here I folded 10-7. Him a walk. Rebetting alerts, yeah, from the big blind could be expected. I have some hands on him. He will play aggressively from time to time. Yeah, I'm back. Everybody checks on that flop. He leads almost pot size into two villains. One is the pre-flop aggressor. So I give him credit for having a good hand. This is a steal hand most of the time. I don't defend here. This is a fold, but I tend to wait until it's my turn when I'm in the blinds. I don't want them to see that I have quite a conservative range in the blinds and auto fold small blind or big blind, because that's an awful timing tale to give away. Let's see. He's aggressive. He will open the pot almost for sure. But no. He could 3-bet me. I think I'm ahead a lot of times here. Against his 3-bet defending range. I think it's okay to call on street here. If he still fires. I got king high on this board. Do I want to 3-bet him here with king queen? He's very aggressive. Shouldn't be my main target, but still I play out the position advantage. And when he calls here on this board, I do think neither of us has an advantage on this board. The ace could be could help me. I use it to bluff when 2 checks happen to me. Smells like weakness from his side, and I attack on these signs. Min raise here from a small stack. Even though I get very good odds, I don't like playing 10-6. Every hand I play here gives me some history with the villains here. Oh, look. 25% 3-bet, 16 hands. I will not open that hand. A very tight player opens under the gun. I have ace jack. I don't see a lot of merits in 3-betting versus under the gun, so I just fold. I will call the min raise here. But not the ISO raise from jack sank. Kings. I used the 3 big blind raise from under the gun. Insta folds around the table. Limper here. This is a 3-bet, I guess, for value. And he does it with 3 big blinds. I have to 3-bet a little bigger. against this board, this villain. I check, but I'm not sure. Did I just... Oh, I just missed... what was that hand? I think it would have been a good hand. Yeah, he does it half pot on this draw board. I think I just can't call here. Probably would have chosen the same line with ace king here. I would have checked with ace jack that hit the top pair and play the check call line. Red line starts to slope again downwards. I just folded pocket twos under the gun because I think it's really hard to play. We have some 3-bet monsters behind us. One small blind, but I take the risk. Well, I'm happily calling this min raise click back thing. He will too, I guess. If he trapped, he could do the re-raise. Ooh. Here we go. I want to see what happens now. Aces and jacks, and the 5 will hit. Let's bet. See? I would have won with the straight. In hindsight, it's always 2020. ISO race. Should we or shouldn't we? I'm inclined to do it, but no, it's not even suited. And the guy under the gun didn't have a ton of spooey stats, so I leave it be. Yeah, I got the stream working somewhat. You should see the latest followers, the total followers. There should be a countdown for the maximum length of my session. And everything displays nicely, I think. I will check in the review if